Agrokor, Agrokor Croatian pronunciation, âɡrokoː, was a conglomerate, largely centered in agribusiness, with headquarters in Zagreb, Croatia. Founded in 1976 as a flour grower, it became a joint stock company in 1989, with 100% ownership held by founder Ivica Todorić. It greatly expanded its operations in the following 25 years by acquiring a number of large companies in Croatia and Southeast Europe. The Agrokor Group had an annual sales revenue of EUR 6.465 billion in 2015, which made it the second largest retail and 11th largest overall company in all of Southeast Europe. As of 31 December 2017, Agrokor employed around 50,900 people. On 1 April 2019, the assets of the demised Agrokor were consolidated within the newly founded Fortenova Group. Within Agrokor, whose primary activity was production and distribution of food and beverages and retail trade, among others, there were also the largest Croatian producer of mineral and spring water Jamnica, ice cream company Ledo, oil, margarine, and mayonnaise production company Zvijezda, the largest Croatian meat production company PIK Vrbovec. Ivica Todorić, founder of Agrokor, served as company's CEO until April 2017, when Agrokor's financial difficulties became untenable. In March 2017, the government of Croatia hastily drafted and passed the Law on Extraordinary Administration Procedure in Enterprises of Systematic Importance for the Republic of Croatia, and by Todorić's activation of the law in early April 2017, the government forestalled the bankruptcy procedure, and Special Administrator Ante Ramljak was appointed by the Commercial Court on 10 April 2017. Nevertheless, Ivica Todorić remained a nominal owner of Agrokor. Ministry of Economy, Entrepreneurship and Crafts published on its website the monthly report on economic and financial situation and the implementation of Agrokor's extraordinary administration measures for the period between 10A, written by Commissioner Ramljak, in which it was revealed that Agrokor didn't have a business plan for 2017. On 17 October 2017, the Croatian State Attorney Office launched a criminal prosecution against 13 members of the former governing and supervisory boards, including owner Ivica Todorić himself, on suspicions of abuse of power in economic business, forgery of official documents, and breach of trade and business bookkeeping obligations. Ivica Todorić was reportedly residing in London, pending arrest and extradition. On 28 February 2018, Fabrice Perusco was appointed as new extraordinary commissioner. More than 80% of Agrokor creditors voted in favor of the settlement plan on 4 July 2018. Settlement was implemented on 1 April 2019, and business operations and assets were transferred to a new holding company according to the settlement plan. Agrokor DD continues to be under extraordinary administration until all legal steps defined by the settlement plan are fulfilled. History: 1976–1989, Foundation and early years. In 1976, Ivica Todorić founded a company for the production and sale of flowers and flower seedlings. The first greenhouses were built during the same year, and the sale of the goods expanded to the rest of the country. Although the communist government of SFR Yugoslavia didn't fancy private companies, Todorić was able to hire more than 50 people in the first 2 fiscal years. By 1977, business was expanded by new programs, import and export of cereals, oil crops, fruit, and vegetables, with a significant increase in turnover and profits. The company soon became the leader in the flour industry. 1989–2003, domestic expansion. In 1989, when the laws became more liberal, Todorić founded the joint stock company Agrokor. It entered the construction industry in the next 2 years and bought a factory for processing soy in Zagreb. In 1992, Agrokor became the majority owner of Jamnica and Agribusiness. In 1993, Agrokor became the majority owner of Zvijezda and DIP from Tiraspol. The factory Jamnica, completely destroyed during the Croatian War of Independence, was rebuilt and the production started again. In 1994, a modern distribution system was introduced at Zvijezda and Jamnica factories. Jamnica received new product lines and began bottling into PET bottles. Agrokor became majority owner of Ledo, Konzum, Silos Mlinovi, Bobas and Solana Pag. In 1995, the first Super Konzum store was opened. The Agrokor Group was registered in 1997. The acquisition of Jaska Vino DD, which produces juices as well as quality wines named Podrum and Laguna, took place in 1998. Silos Mlinovi and SRC Andrejevci were incorporated into PIK Vrbovec. This was followed by the start of construction work for a distribution center, which was also the largest investment project in the group. In Sitluk by H, a new company for ice production named Sitluk Ledo was established in 2000. In the same year, Agrokor opened its largest distribution center in Croatia and the region. According to the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, Agrokor had a credit worth of €170 million. Agrokor holds 97.4% of the shares of Sarajevski Kajsavjak company. Ledo and Ivica Todorić agreed on a strategic cooperation in 2001. Soon afterward, Konzum started with wholesale. With the establishment of the company Mala Neretva Konzum, Agrokor entered the business of buying fruits and vegetables from the Neretva Valley. In 2002, Agrokor became the first supplier of biofuels in Croatia. In the same year, Agrokor bought the trading company Elastora. Shortly afterwards, Agrokor offered its €130 million worth bonds on the Luxembourg Stock Exchange. 2003-2017 Regional expansion and dominance. In 2003, Agrokor acquired 51% of a trading company and distribution center TPDC Sarajevo by H and 55.49% of the shares of Fricom Serbia. In addition, the mineral water Jamnica received the âɡrokoːr Excellence Award. In 2004, Sloboda from Osijek and Medijator from Dubrovnik were bought by Agrokor. In addition, Agrokor opened 3 new companies: Agrolaguna in Porek, Faniudi water filling plant, and the Baldov ice cream factory in Hungary. The new product line for Jana Still mineral water was realized in 2004, and the flavored water Jana Strawberry/Guava received âɡrokoːr Excellence Award. In 2005, Agrokor bought Dejamid edible oil manufacturer from Zrenjanin and Idea supermarket chain from Belgrade. It also acquired 99.76% of PIK Vrbovec and 67.92% of Belje and opened the first drugstore called Cosmo. The product genre received an âɡrokoːr Excellence Award in the same year as natural spring water. In 2006, EBIT invested €110 million into the equity capital of Agrokor and thus gained 8.33% in the group. In 2007, Agrokor bought Tisak, the largest retail newsstand chain in Croatia. Logistics and distribution center in Dugopolje opened in 2010. In the first 3 years, Agrokor's combined volume invests totaled 560 million kunas. In the same year, Agrokor bought 87.98% of Vupik from Vukovar, one of the largest agricultural producers in Croatia, for 30 million kunas. The most modern winery in the region, worth €20 million, was opened at Belje in 2011. First biogas facility was opened in Gradic in 2012. In 2014, with the largest transaction in the region's history, Agrokor became the owner of the Slovenian Mercator trading chain. The value of the transaction was €544 million. In 2017, Agrokor sold Cosmo. 2017-2019, insolvency and government's intervention. Acquisitions. Agrokor's core businesses are the production and distribution of food and drinks and retail, and over the years the group acquired several large Croatian companies in those sectors. Jamnica, the largest water bottling company in Croatia, established in the 1830s and acquired by Agrokor in 1992. Zvijezda, the largest cooking oil and margarine factory in the country, established in 1916 by Samuel David Alexander and acquired in 1993. Konzum, the largest supermarket chain in the country, which operates over 600 stores in Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Serbia. Founded as Unikonzum in 1957, the company was acquired by Agrokor in 1994. Ledo, the largest ice cream and frozen food manufacturer in Croatia, established in 1976 and acquired in 1994. PIK Vrbovec, the largest meat manufacturer in the country, acquired in 2005. Belje, the largest agricultural company in the country, acquired in 2005. Agrokor, a winemaking, olive growing and cattle farming company, acquired in 2005. Tisak, the largest chain of newsstands in the country and the biggest retailer of newspapers and tobacco products. Agrokor acquired a 54% majority stake in Tisak in 2007. Agrokor also acquired or founded a number of companies in the region, including the Serbian ice cream manufacturer Fricom, water bottling companies Sarajevski Kajsijak in Bosnia and Herzegovina and Fortenova in Hungary, and others. Several of Agrokor's Croatian subsidiaries are listed on the Zagreb Stock Exchange Zvijezda, and Ledo is included in its official share index Crobex as of September 2010. For approaching international capital markets, Agrokor had to receive a rating by a rating agency, as this is a must to give potential investors a benchmark. Without the ratings of Standard & Poor's and Moody's, Agrokor could not have issued two major bonds, one at the end of 2009 about 400 million, one in 2011 about 150 million. In April 2012, Standard & Poor's also revised the outlook on Agrokor's B rating to positive from stable. Agrokor had to be considered by the Croatian market regulator Croatian Competition Agency Croatian, Agencija za zaštitu tržišnog natjecanja, Aston for some of its acquisitions. It requested approval of acquisition of Mercator, where Agrokor will have to shut down some retail locations in Croatia. In June 2014, Agrokor finalized the acquisition of an 80.75% stake in Mercator, which is the biggest retail chain in Slovenia and throughout the Balkans, with over 2,000 retail stores. On 27 June 2014, Agrokor acquired the majority stake of Poslovni System Mercator and became its majority owner. The total value of the transaction amounts to €544 million, out of which €324 million are for the acquisition of 100% of shares, and the rest to be used for deleveraging Mercator's financial position and for working capital requirements of Mercator's operations.